So now that we have the curls down, we don't want to put any products in our hair or anything because we're going to be braiding and messing with it. So what we need is a couple little hair ties like these, the little rubber band ones. Okay. We're going to need a couple clips, that way we can section our hair. So what we're going to do is we're going to go right above the eyebrow at the crown right here and go to the back of the head to get our section that we want braided. So it's really important that we get this section nice and even. So you're going to go through and, it's going to take a couple times to get it perfect. Don't get frustrated. So a lot of it is just by kind of feeling and making sure you get the right sides and the right amount in the back. So you don't want to go too far back. You want to go right where your hair starts going like this. So you're just going to make sure you get a straight line in the back. So, I mean, some people, you might need to use a comb. I have long nails, they are my combs. So what you're going to do then is you're going to take this, you're going to pin it right here for a second, and then you're going to, all this extra hair that we don't want braided or anything, and you're going to ponytail it in the back. That way it's out of the way. Then you can unclip this. So then you only have the hair that you're working with. So I curled my hair. I never wear the middle part because it was like it'll be. But I curled it so that it's in the middle. So what you want to do is you want to go from right here, you want to go up, and you want to make sure you have a perfect middle part. And so then you're going to make sure that goes all the way back. Get that perfect middle part. You're going to take this side and you're going to clip it. That way it's out of the way. Because you really only want to be working with one side at a time, and you want to get all the hair you're not going to be using out of the way. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a Dutch French braid back. So you are going to start with this little section right here. And you're going to take it at an angle almost. So it's kind of, instead of going straight back, at angles to the side. So instead of going over, we're going to go under, because that's what gives it the volume so it doesn't look flat on your head. And so you're going to Dutch braid all the way back. So it's really hard to teach braiding like this, you either you get it or you don't. So if you know how to do the Dutch braid, you're perfect. If you want to do the French braid, totally do the French braid. So all I'm doing is I'm just going back and I'm going under instead of over. So I'm grabbing a section at a time, going under instead of over, and you want to do that until you get to the very end. So see how it has that volume instead of it being overlapped, which is going to make it go flat on your head. And so I'm going to, for the time being, braid a little farther back. That way I have the room and I don't have to go redo the braid. And then I'm going to just gently pull on them. That way it gives you volume without it looking flat against the head. Then I'm going to take one of these tiny little rubber bands and I'm going to get it right at the base of the braid where it stops at your head. I'm just going to go around like 3 times, and then it's totally fine if this just goes into a little pony. So then we're going to unclip the other side, and we're going to do the other side. Now I kind of like to leave my little baby hairs down around it. That way I have a little bit of a face frame. And so we're going to do the exact same thing, except we're going to angle it the other way. And we're still going to go under, because we want it to mimic almost exactly the last braid we did. See how they're both going out just a little bit, then they start going straight back? It's exactly what you want. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to get the little hair tie. We're going to tie that hair up at the base. And then you can let the hair down. Then you head back. It's honestly kind of cute if you just leave it like this. I feel like I look like a little kid, but it's really cute if you leave it like this. But I'm going to show you how to do the bun. That way you have two options, and if you're running behind but you want to have a cute hairstyle, you can just do this. So you just want to give the braids a little bit of that bounce. And then you can go if you want to. You can just bobby pin those back and go. But okay, so after we get it in this ponytail, you're going to cut it in half. You're going to take one side, and you're going to start wrapping it. If it doesn't want to unravel on you, you're going to start wrapping it around. You want to keep it kind of plush and voluminous, that way it's not like a wrapping a ponytail up. So after you get it wrapped, you're going to go through and you're going to bobby pin it down. That should really only take one bobby pin. If it takes two and you got a lot of hair, lucky you. So then what you want to do is you want to take the second side and you want to wrap it around. Then take more bobby pins and just really get it into place. That way when you're moving around and stuff, it doesn't go all crazy on you. And so you can kind of go through, open it up a little bit. If you want to go through and kind of pin the back down a little bit so it's not so big, you can. It also helps keep the back nice and supported. So this is how I usually like to wear my little buns on top, because it's a nice little bounce, gives you a little volume, but it's not way on top of the head. So this is how you do it. If you want to, you can pull some little pieces out. You can pull some pieces out around the face, and you can hairspray. You can go through, recurl these little curlicues around the face, whatever you want to do. But it's a perfect little updo to do for a nice casual day out, and usually sometimes you can sleep in it and the next day it still looks good. Just depends on if you're a rough sleeper or not. But I hope you enjoyed learning with me how to do this hairstyle, and if you guys practice it, please tag me, and I would love to put it on my Instagram and show how you guys have accomplished this awesome hairstyle. So it was so nice doing this, and if y'all want me to, I will continue to do some little tutorials.